Since I moved to Israel from Ethiopia in 1984, I have witnessed 3 wars, 2 intifadas, and 4 military operations. It was not the reality I envisioned when I dreamed about Israel. I was only 10 years old when the first Gulf War broke out. I remember we were required to learn how to use gas masks, how to quickly get to the nearest shelter, and how we were sitting in front of the TV and listening to the radio, following the news update. As a kid, I saw the fear in my parents' eyes, but I also saw hope for a better future. Then, at the second intifada, I was a student in Jerusalem, and the fear was mainly getting on buses, walking into crowded places, and sitting in a coffee shop. You could never know where the next suicide bomber would blow himself up and others around him. Within a few years, things finally calmed down a bit, but not for my friends and family who lived in the southern of Israel. They have been living under rocket fire for over a decade. That's a long period in which no one gets a good night's sleep, goes to work on a regular basis, or even concentrate on the future plans. And a few years later, the Second Lebanon War broke out. I was still living in Jerusalem, but my parents and brother were living in Haifa. Most of the day, they spent their time going in and out of the shelters. My younger brother was before his army service, and my mother was worried about what will happen when he will soon become a soldier. She asked him not to go into combat unit so that he will not need to experience war. Over the years, we had brief period of quiet, or again, just some of us, because the rocket continued to fall on family and friends in the south. And even though Israel left Gaza completely in 2005, the violence got worse, and we were faced with 2 military operations. And now, even though we hope for peace and quiet, the situation has gotten even worse. Not only for the people in the south, but for the people in the entire country. When they land in Israel, and listen now, my friends in the back, the rocket do not discriminate between Jews and non-Jews. They are targeting my friends in Ashkelon and Rehovot, my family in Rishon LeZion and Haifa, my colleagues from Federation that are currently visiting in Israel. The residents of Israel, including my family, seek something as basic as peace and quiet. They simply want the rocket to stop so they can go back to living normal life. They suffered enough this week, and in the last 10, 20, and 30 years, nobody's enjoyed the sound of shooting, either in Israel or nor in Gaza. Nobody wants to sit and wait for the next time. That's why we must stand together with the Israeli people to ensure that this reality of living under terror attack will change. Our role as supporters of Israel and the people that believe in peace is to be involved, share our opinion, and take action. It is our role to do anything and everything we can in